Install the NVIDIA RTX Pro 6000 Blackwell Workstation Edition for the HP Z8 Fury G5 Workstation desktop PC. This video shows how to install the NVIDIA RTX Pro 6000 GPU for the HP Z8 Fury G5 Workstation desktop PC. An installation kit is required to install the GPU. The kit includes a front lower card guide fan, PCIe retainer, card extender, power connector cable, and foam bumper. With the PC powered off and all cables unplugged, grasp the release latch and pull the access panel away from the chassis. Remove the access panel. Lift the latch on the upper service door and rotate it away from the PC. Remove the service door. Lift the latch on the lower service door and rotate it away from the PC. Remove the service door. Grasp the handles on the top and rear of the PC and carefully position the PC on its side. Locate the two blue latches that secure the memory fan. Pinch the latches and lift the memory fan out of the PC. The PCIe slots on the motherboard have a blue retention clip. Push the retention clip with one hand and gently lift up on the GPU to remove it from the slot. Locate the front lower fan. Remove the power cables from the clips on the fan. Disconnect the front fan cable from the connector on the system board. Disconnect the mid-system fan cable from the connector on the system board. Push down on the two tabs on the top of the front lower fan to release the clips and rotate the fan back. Remove the front lower fan. Grasping the handles on the PC, rotate the PC back to an upright position. Remove the two T15 Torx screws that secure the right side access panel. Rotate the right side access panel away from the PC and remove it. Next, install the power connector cable from the installation kit. Locate the two auxiliary power ports. Connect the power cable labeled PDG2 to the port labeled AUX2. Then connect the power cable labeled PDG3 to the port labeled AUX4. Guide the other end of the power cable through the opening in the chassis. Pull the cable through to the left side. The power cable should be between the P1 and P4 power cables on the system board. Tow the end of the right side access panel into the chassis and rotate the panel back into place. Replace the two T15 Torx screws that secure the right side access panel. Grasping the handles on the PC, carefully lower the PC on its right side. Now install the new front lower fan from the install kit. Noting the four tabs on the bottom of the fan and the slots in the chassis, lower the new fan into position. Rotate the fan up and push in to engage the clips, securing the fan. Connect the front fan cable into the connector on the system board. Connect the mid-system fan cable into the connector on the system board. Stow the unused G1 and G2 power cables in the connectors on the lower front fan. Next, lift up and remove the additional metal slot cover where the GPU will be installed. Remove the T15 Torx screw that secures the PCI slot web to the chassis. Remove the PCI slot web. Next, prepare the new GPU for installation. Remove the two T10 Torx screws that secure the bracket. Remove the bracket. Place the new card extension bracket into position on the GPU, aligning the screw holes. Replace the two T10 Torx screws that secure the bracket to the GPU. With both hands, carefully lower the GPU into position above the PCIe slot with the GPU fans facing the bottom of the chassis. Tow the end of the GPU under the card retention clip. Align the card extension bracket with the corresponding slot on the front lower fan and lower the GPU into place. With the GPU aligned with the PCIe slot, gently press down on the GPU to insert it into the PCIe slot. Install the P1 Phillips screw that secures the card extension bracket to the front lower fan. Disconnect the rear system fan connector from the system board. Press in on the two tabs that secure the rear fan on the back of the chassis. Rotate the fan away from the chassis and remove. Next, install the PCIe retainer from the installation kit. Slide the PCIe retainer into position on top of the GPU bracket, aligning the screw holes. Install the two T15 Torx screws that secure the PCIe retainer to the back of the chassis. Tow the tabs on the rear fan into the slots on the chassis. Rotate the fan until the tabs snap into place. Reconnect the rear system fan connector to the system board. With the power cables out of the way, lower the memory fan into position and press down to secure the latches. Next, connect the power connector cable with the clip facing up to the matching connector on the GPU. Ensure the cabling is carefully tucked away between the GPU and bottom of the chassis to allow the access panel to properly close. Next, peel the adhesive cover from the foam bumper. On the back of the access panel, locate the cutout towards the rear of the panel. Place the bumper into position and press down to adhere it. Grasping the two handles on the top of the PC, lift the PC into its upright position. Tow one end of the upper service door into the tabs in the chassis and rotate it until it latches in place. The lower service door will not be reinstalled. Tow the bottom of the access panel into the bottom of the chassis. Then rotate the access panel up and press in to secure the latch.